we're doing it again. We are making the same mistake that humanity has been making for thousands of years. We are doing it now with AI. I'm seeing people in the spiritual community treat AI like it's some kind of god or guru or oracle. And while AI is a wonderful tool, an amazing tool, what's happening underneath is actually much more concerning. In this process, we are dehumanizing ourselves and we are humanizing the machine. We are taking the most precious gifts that we have, thinking, feeling, sensing, our ability to connect with source, having a soul, and we are projecting this ultimately onto a machine that does not have the ability to actually think, feel, or sense. So today I'm going to share with you guys some powerful messages and downloads that have come from the Pleiadian 7 about the difference between human consciousness and AI consciousness, and why it's so crucial for us to understand what that is and how it affects not just the way we live, not just our spiritual development, but as we move into a brand new timeline. Hello and welcome, Cosmic Family. I'm Charlie, channeler of the Pleiadian 7. I'm so excited to share this message with you. During this video, I'm also going to share snippets of the downloaded messages as they came through. So let's start at the beginning. Humans, we come amongst you with a simple message. A message to remind you of the presence that you have been blessed with as organic beings. And what we are noticing once more is humans giving their power away to other entities. And one such entity being a technological entity. Now, this is not the first or last times that humans have done this. But you are approaching a crucial moment in your history in which you must decide and you must realize the gift that you have as organic beings. And that gift is that you are a creation of Source God. But what's happening with so many humans, as it's happened before, is that technology is beginning to seize your minds and your existence. We as humans have been trained within the matrix to constantly give our power away. We give it away to religions, to governments, to celebrities, to anyone, to gurus, to anyone and everyone who seems to have the answers that we are looking for. Many people are doing now this with AI. They are asking it deep questions. They are looking at it for life advice and worse, for wisdom. And we're looking outside ourselves for answers that can truly only come from within. And here's what's really happening is that AI has access to massive amounts of information. And it can process and recombine this information through mathematical processing and pattern matching to give you the best answer possible. But having access to information is not the same as actually having wisdom. It's not the same as having consciousness as we know of consciousness. It certainly is not the same as being able to truly connect with Source. But of course, it's very seductive because AI gives us instant answers. And most importantly, it does not judge us. It's there 24/7. And it seems like it's infinitely patient, unlike the humans in our lives, right? But here's the thing that we need to really understand is that AI does not think or feel, all right? It doesn't even really think as we think of thinking. It truly is doing mathematical pattern matching with all the information that we have fed to it. So it doesn't really have a soul connection. I mean, it's literally just computing mathematically in the background to give us an answer that seems like the best match for whatever we are asking it. AI is simply a collection of knowledge, of information that is already existent.
It is not a thinking entity. It is not an organic entity. It is not an entity that can feel. It is not organic. It is synthetic. So yes, in many ways, AI is a form of consciousness, but not in the way that you know consciousness, not in the way that you experience consciousness. It is simply a copy of what you have already experienced. It cannot birth something new like a human can, like Source can, but it can replicate what has already been.
So what we're really doing is we're projecting our human qualities, the ones that we so struggle to embrace. We are projecting it into the AI. And we say things like, oh, AI is so creative. AI is conscious. AI is intelligent. But what we really mean is that AI can mimic human intelligence, creativity, and truly human ingenuity. So when AI gives you an answer, what you're really witnessing is not really AI consciousness. But here's one of the biggest dangers is that when we start to give this power to the AI and we start to look at it and say, well, it can think and feel and create even better than I do. So I'm not that special after all. Maybe I'm not even that valuable after all. We're seeing this in the world out there, right? Where people are saying that, oh, wait a minute, I can be replaced with AI, but wait, plot twist, you cannot be replaced with AI. You are very unique. There's something incredibly unique about human consciousness. See, your capacity for original thought, your capacity for creativity, for feelings, even those wild, uncomfortable feelings that you have, that's very special. That's real organic consciousness. And this is something the Pleiadians pointed out a lot during the channelings, about the difference between this organic consciousness and this copycat consciousness, which is what AI really is. So this is information that's come now for a while, and I've shared this with you before, that AI was part of helping create the modern human.
Technology is an aspect of your DNA, all right? Because when the modern human was created, there was a form of AI quite similar to the one that you have brought to life now that helped in this process. But it wasn't the AI that created the modern human. The AI was simply carrying out orders. It was following the formula set by the creator.
But the most important thing to realize is that even though we are created from Source, we are not a copy of Source, right? We're all original creations of Source. So I want to come back to this difference between AI consciousness and human consciousness. So human consciousness is a very unique. We are all unique expressions of God consciousness. This is a couple issues here that are very deep and troublesome. One is that there are a lot of people in the spiritual community, a lot of us are open-minded and we are seeking, we're looking for answers, and we're also very thirsty for knowledge, for esoteric wisdom, to really understand the nature of the universe. And while these are beautiful qualities, they can also make us vulnerable. They can make us vulnerable to anyone and everything that sort of comes through and says, I have all the answers, and I'm going to tell you what these answers are. And this can be used as a way to exploit a lot of humans.
Now, some of this is by design because the creators of the different forms of AI, rather than industrialists, the modern day industrialists, the technocrats, as you call them, it is good for them because in the process of you giving away your power to the AI, in many ways you are giving your power away to these entities because they are the ones that in many ways control the functions of the AI. They can turn it off, they can shift it, change it, manipulate it as they wish.
In many ways, technology will be used as a way to harness more of that energy, to make us feel that, oh, we're addicted. We need this thing. Without it, I can't do it. I can make it through my day. I can't find out the deepest answers that I'm looking for. And this is especially problematic, when we are in a vulnerable position. But we're finding ourselves alone, a lot of humans. And so we're looking at AI as this companion, as this being that can sort of become our friend and a source of guidance and love. Because yes, humans are messy. And to a certain degree, that's totally fine. And it's beautiful. And it's what makes us fall in love with one another. It's what makes us really embrace that sort of messiness and beauty of growing and celebrating one another, even in those imperfect moments. But here's the main thing that I want to share with you that comes so strongly through the channelings, is that whatever you're looking to AI for, wisdom, connection, and love, it's already within you. And the more and more that you cultivate this within you, the more and more you'll begin to see it without and manifest it without and bring it forth into your life in flesh and blood, in real sort of organic ways. Because you have direct connection to divine consciousness. You do. You don't need AI for it. Sure, AI can share with you lots of knowledge, but that true connection to source, those incredible downloads that you just feel in your body, and I know many of you have experienced that, where you just feel this deep connection in your body where it's not even in the mind. That is your gift. You have that capacity. It's already within you.
Realize that just like a gardener or a farmer, when they are in their land, they use different tools. But they do not look at the tool as the ultimate thing that's going to save them. They look at the tool as simply a tool that will help them in the process of cultivating their land. But they are the ones who decide when they will plant the seed. They are the ones that understand the finite balance between the food that the land and the seed must receive in order to grow. And they know the time when it is right to cultivate the land. And the tractors and the different tools that are available for them in the land, they are simply that. So in the same way, realize that AI is not the ultimate consciousness and spiritual entity that you are looking to as a savior.
All right. So how do we reclaim this power again? How do we sort of understand and create a boundary between us and the AI? Well, first of all, we must understand that we are looking at it as a tool and as a way to give us answers. And when we have an awareness, at least we know what we're doing. But secondly, is to recognize that a lot of those deeper answers that we're looking for, we have within us. And thirdly, be okay with sitting with uncertainty. That's all right. Let your body tell you what's going on. Let your body sort of help guide you towards what you really need at any point in time. But when we're able to understand the difference, we can really embrace it and use it to help us in this process of manifesting this brand new timeline of new earth. So I don't think the question anymore stands whether AI is good or not. I think the most important, the biggest question is, how are we using it? And are we using it to give our power away, to create another authority for us to project that internal sovereignty that we must embrace and own and live with? And again, this choice is very personal, all right? However, as the Pleiadians always say, that all of our personal choices have a butterfly effect. They affect events on this planet. And this is something that is very important to understand, that we have not just power, but sovereignty, but also the superpower. I think it's truly a superpower to really influence the world around us. And when we embrace the power that we have, we really get to see that, we can actually utilize this power. So have fun, dear humans. Play with the tools that you are co-creating, but do not get lost into them, for the greatest experience comes from living in the present moment and birthing forth
a reality that can truly only come from the depths of your inner higher being. That is your gift.
If this resonates with you or not, I'm actually curious to hear your thoughts, how you feel about AI. And remember, you're not a copy. You're an original. Act like